Yo everyone, what's up? Welcome back to SP Vids. In this video we're going to be using the pattern maker, which I haven't actually done anything on this channel really. I think the only thing I did was a request video which was explaining how to add effects to the pads if they're inside the pattern maker. So I started making my new EP last night. This is one of the beats that I started putting together, and what I'm going to do is build this in the pattern sequencer or pattern maker, whatever you want to call it. So I'm not going to be using this for the final track that I do on my EP because I don't make my beats that way. I basically make a drum loop like this, and then I play the samples live and record that. I bounce that back into the SP and then do the effects whilst I'm recording out again. So it's a bit of a back and forth process, but that's how I get my tracks done. But I just thought it'd be interesting to show you guys the process of putting a beat together inside the pattern maker and whether actually I can use it at all and whether I can make the beat sound any good. So this is the beat that I've got. I'm going to show you first what it sounds like.
When the day your heart, when the day your heart.
Okay, so when I put that down I was really happy with the sound of that. It's a really smooth sounding beat and it's got that lo-fi sound to it as well, so I was really happy with it. So let's go ahead and try and put this in the pattern maker. So what I'm going to do is hit pattern select, and then I'm going to hit record, and it's going to show me that all the pads are available in the A bank. So you can have them, I mean, this is how many patterns you can have. You can have one in each, you can have 12 in each bank. So there's an insane amount of space to put patterns down. So I'm just going to stick to A to make it simple. And the tempos come in. And the SP is saying it's 80 BPM. So let's go ahead and just choose that. And the BPM that the Roland detects automatically is usually pretty bad on samples, but I think on drum loops it's usually actually alright because it's quite easy to detect the tempo on a drum loop, I guess. So let's go ahead and change to 80 time. It's actually on 91 now, you see. So okay, I'm not actually going to use that drum loop. I'm going to play all the beats individually, but I just want to get the tempo right, obviously. In terms of the bars, I think I'm going to have to do 2 different pads for this. So let's go ahead and record the first one. Set the length, sorry. Four, and I'm going to put quantize off because I don't want to quantize anything on this.
When the day your heart, when the day your heart.
Okay, that's not bad. We've got the pattern down for that bit now. I might have to do another part, but that sounds good for now. So let's go ahead and do some drums over the top of that. So even if you've stopped recording, you can go ahead and record over the top again. So if you hit record again, it won't show 1 as an option, but if you press it anyway, you can see it brings it back in, and then you just hit record again and you can start recording over the top again. So let's do the snare first.
When the day
So just realised I haven't got compression on the individual notes. It's because I've actually got it on a drum loop, so I'm gonna have to hop out of pattern select and make sure it's on here too. Just put it on all of them. Alright, let's hop back into the pattern select, and I'm gonna have to delete that snare hit that I've put in there, so hold delete. Okay, so that's definitely deleted now. What you can do is, while this is flashing, you can actually, I think there's a way you can rehearse. So that's recording at the moment, but now that's rehearsing now. So you see it says rehearsing there. So that means you can play along.
Your heart. When the day. When the day. Your heart.
So that didn't sound very much like the compression was on. Let me just, I think it might be because this is turned right down.
When the day. When the day. When the day. Your heart.
Okay, sorry, that looks like that's been sorted out now. So the compression wasn't on, the dial had been changed and turned the compression right down. So put that back up now. So let's go ahead and record the snare. And I might actually do the bass as well at the same time. Let's have a go.
When the day. When the day. Your heart. When the day.
Okay, that's actually really hard to you have to listen to the click instead of the sample, and it is actually quite difficult to do. I'm not used to doing that, because when I'm using this, I rarely ever use a click track, so actually listening to a click and playing along is pretty weird. But that sounded okay, I think.
When the day. When the day. Your heart. When the day.
Cool, that sounds alright, so let's get the hi-hats in.
When the day. When the day. Your heart. When the day. When the day. Your heart. When the day.
Okay, so let's turn the click off now because we've got the drum beat in, and the way you do that is you hit time BPM. Start and level. If it will let me, maybe I have to have it in record, and then just turn that to 0. That's the level of the click. So let's just try that. Let's listen to this now. See, the click's off now.
When the day. When the day. Your heart. When the day.
Now I don't know whether you can hear that, but this is one of the main reasons I hate the pattern sequencer is when it finishes one loop that whichever length you've programmed in there. So if you've got a 4-bar loop and then when it starts again, it always leaves a little gap, and I really don't like that. I don't think that's to do with the way I've played it, because every time I use the pattern sequencer that happens. If you listen now, I'll show you.
When the day. When the day. Your heart.
Here now. Hear that? That's something to do with the SP. I don't think that's actually to do with the way I've played it. You could fix that by exporting that loop into a DAW, and you'd be able to see the gap, and you could take the gap out, I guess. But considering this is supposed to be a pattern sequencer, that's one of the things that really annoys me about this, is that it just leaves that little gap, and it kind of ruins the flow of the beat as well. If you know the reason why that is happening and I'm doing something wrong, please let me know in a comment. But as far as I know, that's just something to do with the tech that's inside this. It just can't loop a loop for some reason. Can't loop it properly or in time. But it is a wavy box, I guess. So let's copy that pattern and do something slightly different. Let's make a different sequence with the samples. So what I'm going to do is I think you can just, if you're in pattern select, you just do function copy. Yeah, you can just copy it the same.
When the day.
The cool thing is as well, it kind of cues them. So if you hit this like halfway through, it will stop this one at the end and start this one.
When the day.
Obviously you won't be able to tell because they're exactly the same, but that is what happens with this. So let's erase some of the drum sounds so that on this one it only comes back in on the first snare. The drums only come back in on the first snare. It's kind of like a little natural pause with the drums, and we can just do that by using the erase. So getting ready to delete the hi-hat and the bass. Let's see if that's worked. It's quite difficult to do that one actually. Okay, so the first drum beat's still in there, the first bass drum, so let's just try that from the start again. I'm gonna have to go round because it doesn't like delete coming on straight away. Okay, let's listen to that now. No, I don't think that's a hi-hat, I think that's just a sample, unfortunately. Okay, so one final thing I'm going to do now is copy that again and have it as a loop without the drums. So function copy and record, and then let's hit record. This could be like an intro as well. Your heart, when the day, cool, okay, so we've got 3 parts there, and for this video I think that's enough, so I'm just going to play those through in a sequence that I like, and then, yeah, finish the video off basically, so let's give that a listen. When the day, when the day, your heart, when the day, when the day, your heart, when the day, when the day, your heart, when the day, when the day, your heart. Okay, so that's it for that one, guys. I just wanted to show you that it is possible to put down tracks on the pattern sequencer, although as I discussed in that there is a few problems with it, and one of them being that little skip. The pattern wasn't as clean as I wanted. There's some artifacts at the start of the loop which kind of sounded like a hi-hat, but it wasn't, and that kind of messed with the flow a little bit. So not ideal, but hopefully this shows you how you can put stuff down on a pattern sequencer and then you can make different parts using arrays as well. So all in all, quite a fun experience. I would definitely be sticking to my method of making beats, but the pattern sequencer's there and some people may prefer to work in that way, so that's cool. All the drums that I used in this beat are from my Lo-Fi Beat Pack Volume 1, and I'm going to be putting that on sale for the rest of the week. I'm knocking a pound off, so it's going to be $2.99, which is a bit of a bargain to be honest, but I just found out I need 4 new tyres for my car, which is not something that's cheap apparently, so if anyone could go and pick that up at the discounted price, that would really help me out this week. Thank you very much, guys. So yeah, that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed this video. Smash the thumbs up if you did. If you're not subscribed and you're watching, smash that subscribe button. There's going to be loads more lo-fi content on the way. This week, I'm going to be finishing the desk at some point, and then who knows what else is going to be coming out. One final thing, I'm also going to be launching a Patreon very soon, guys, as it would be a lot better for me to have a bit more of a sustainable income from this channel. So I'm going to be offering, there's going to be tiers, but it's basically going to be a kind of pay what you want to pay. You choose a tier that you're comfortable with paying with, and there's going to be additional content to what goes live on here. So there's still going to be videos coming on the YouTube, but then I'm going to be doing additional videos on Patreon, and there's going to be other stuff on there like discounts, codes for my store, and other little bits and bobs that are just a benefit of paying for that monthly subscription. So really excited about that as well. So yeah, I'm rambling now. That's enough of me talking. Thanks very much for watching the video, guys, and as usual, leave a comment below and we'll start a little discussion about something, I'm sure. Take it easy, guys, keep making beats, and I will see you all very soon. Peace. Danger.